how to repot a pitcher plant. What's the difference between repotting a plant and hard repotting a plant? So this video will explain you everything you need to know to repot your Nepenthes with a peace of mind and be relaxed. This question comes often from beginners and not so much beginners. What is the difference? How do you do it? What are the pros and cons, etc.? What are the risks for your plant? So I decided to do a short video to explain you how to repot a plant when it's overgrow the pot, and the hard repot when you need to change the full substrate. And obviously I will tell you what are the pros and cons and a few tips along the way. Okay, so that's the grow tent, and here I have a Nepenthes, a pitcher plant that is thirsty and really need a repot. That's probably a foot of leaf span, but you see the pot? That totally overgrown the pot, so it's time to change the substrate. And it's still soft a bit, but quite on the dried side. So let's repot this baby. So if, like me, you think, this is a small pot, if I use a pot a few centimeters bigger, it won't make a big difference. Actually, it does. For example, between these two pots, that's 300% more substrate, so 3 times more substrate. Even though we see it's probably not even half an inch more on the perimeter of the small pot. So that makes all the difference. Especially more substrate means it will retain more moisture. So keep the name tag, obviously. Always don't lose them. It will be a pain later to identify the plants. So here I will use a tool actually that I'm always using. This is for probably welding, but I like this kind of a fork where I can just stab under it, hold a leaf, and just gently squeeze the pot, and voila. So as you see, there is a lot of perlite in the pot. Usually I use a lot of perlite at the bottom of the pot in case it's sitting into water. And it's still fresh, I will reuse it. So you will break some roots, it's fine. So let's start by the regular repotting. As you see, I won't touch anything. There is a lot of roots. The sphagnum is still soft a bit. So all you need to do to avoid disturbing the roots is to put more substrate in the bigger pot and just fill up with this kind of mix. So 50-50 perlite, sphagnum moss for volume, and you just make a small nest like that, and you put it in the center, and that's about it. Then you will just complete around with some fresh substrate, whatever the substrate is, and it should not disturb most of the root ball. So that's really an easy thing to do. Don't be afraid of that. The hard repot is way harder. So let me show you. First, let's get rid of this one. Okay. So, hard repot, that means something is wrong or the substrate is really old and you want to remove most of it. If it's not bone dry, you can do exactly like I'm doing. Just gently shake it, pull some long fiber sphagnum. If it's really bone dry, you want to let it soak for 30 minutes. And then you just pull gently the long fiber of the sphagnum moss. And don't go over the top. Like I saw people like hard repotting, getting rid of 100% of the substrate. That's a lot of roots that will be broken. Usually you will have some roots broken like that. But if you're gentle and when you see the roots are too attached to the substrate, let it be. It won't be a game changer like the plant is dying or living. No, when you do a hard repot, remove as much as you can, but stay on the safe side. So, for example, here, let me show you a zoom of the roots. They are healthy. The substrate is still good, so no need really to have a hard repot, except of making a new video. But you got the point. Leave some old substrate if the roots are really too attached to it. That's the same technique as Josh from Predatory Plants. And because I'm a visual person, I will show you visually what I'm doing. So you have your plants and the roots. What you will do is put a ball, kind of sphagnum moss. And then you will try to wrap the roots around, and then you will wrap some more sphagnum around. So this way the roots are inside sphagnum moss. It's hard to show you on screen because this is not easy. A graphic is easier for me to explain. And after that, this whole ball of sphagnum, you will just put that inside. It's really, okay, sorry for the leaf. It's really not complicated. You press it gently, don't overdo it. And you'll see where there is some space to add more, or let me get the camera, it will be easier. Okay, so here is the final product, hard repot. So again, you will just check, okay, it's there is plenty, it's full. Then you will press gently, and here it's slightly empty. Okay, let's put some more. Over time, the sphagnum will decompose or compact, so I always try to put as much as I can, and more substrate is better. Because the substrate is already moist, I will barely water it. I will still do it later, but that's about it. It's quite easy to do. You will put the name tag again and wait a month or two before making any decision of what you will do next. The plants will probably shut down all the pitchers, but the new pitcher that, okay, let me try to turn. This new pitcher should be just great. The roots are damaged, the plant is lacking water for a time, so it will shut down pitchers. And this is a bigger plant I repotted. This video is 4 years old. It's been a while, but it will show you how to do it for a bigger plant. Because after a few years, you really want to do a hard repot. That's the thumbnail. And oh yes, 4 years old, I was young, so it will make you laugh. And I was struggling probably in video editing, and my French accent was even worse. So, but it's still relevant. This video will still show you how to hard repot an older plant because it was inside a pot, a substrate, for 4 or 5 years. Which remind me, if this video is 4 years old, I should probably repot this Nepenthes bouquet. I will add that to my list of things to do. But even after all these years, hard repotting is a pain, especially for bigger plants because they are way less easy to handle and move and take. So anyway, that's gonna be for another video. Really, repotting is quite the same technique. If it's for sphagnum moss and perlite, for other carnivorous plants, peat and perlite, if you have like academia, pure academia, for example, Nepenthes Edwardiana, loves it. It's gonna be the same, really. The hard repot is maybe different, but maybe easier, like Akadama. You can probably just shake and a few Akadama ball will stick on the roots, but 90% of the soil will be gone. So it's easier, but the technique is the same, and you have to be ready to do the hard repot sometime to get your plants a brand new substrate to avoid root rot or poisoning or whatever. It will freak you out if you are a beginner, but you have no choice. So relax, repot, hard repot, and keep going. Give it good care, wait a month or two, and then it will bounce back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any question, please shoot in the comments, and until next time, happy growing.